It's a midweek showdown here on the CCIW network. Wheaton Thunder and the Augustana Vikings, but we will turn it over to the PA announcer for the playing of the national anthem and the reading of the starting lineups.
The Vikings of Augustana College, your Wheaton College Thunder. This time we ask you to please rise to the national anthem. Feel free to sing along if you'd like. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting Vikings of Augustana College. Number 10, a 6-foot-even senior from Malaga, Spain, Danny Romero. Number 12, a 6-foot-even junior from Streamwood, Illinois, Eli Aldana. Number 23, a 6'5" junior from Rock Island, Illinois, Cam Atkinson. Number 33, a 6'5" sophomore from Port Byron, Illinois, Jake Willems. And number 34, a 6'7" junior from Winnebago, Illinois, Ray Marici. The Vikings are coached by Jordan Delp. Here are the starters for your Wheaton College Thunder. Number 4, a 6'5" sophomore from Caledonia, Michigan, Kyan Vanderwood. Number 12, a 6'3" sophomore from Westerville, Ohio, Devin Martin. A 6'3" junior from Northfield, Minnesota, number 20, Soren Richardson. A 6'8" freshman from Tempe, Arizona, number 34, Carson Greer. And number 35, a 6'6" freshman from Lone Tree, Colorado, Brady Winya. Wheaton is coached by Mike Schauer, assisted by John Tanner and Timothy Watts. Our officials this evening, Jason Shook, Dan Dorian, and Michael Kaczerski.
And alongside Tyler Collison, I'm Aiden Kong. Tyler, what are you looking forward to in tonight's match?
Well, there's going to be a little taste in the mouth that remains in this Thunder team from that first matchup with Augustana. That was the first conference game of the season. They went to their place, lost 81-84 in a very tight contest. I think the key in this one is going to be rebounding. The Thunder have not been a good rebounding team. They got out-rebounded 18-32 in that contest. Of course, Carson Greer coming off his third double-double in that last matchup. Maybe they'll turn to him to get those boards.
Augustana looking for 4 consecutive wins, back-to-back seasons with a sweep against the Wheaton Thunder for the first time since the 2018-2019 season. Marici, Carson Greer in the center. Let's roll from King Arena. Augustana coming to this game 10-8, 5-4 in the CCIW. 3-game winning streak just snapped. They lost to Carthage on Saturday, 75-61. Willems fades away on the mid-range jumper and able to get it to go.
Yeah, both teams playing well down the stretch. The Thunder 4-1 in their last 5 CCIW matchups. As you mentioned, Augustana 3-1. Good hot matchup we had tonight.
Wheaton 11-6 overall. Currently, they are the number 3 seed in the CCIW. Carson Greer bangs it home for his first field goal.
Yeah, Greer had 16 points with those 10 rebounds in that win over North Park.
Harassment. Romero, pocket pass. They were trying to go to Marici, but instead they turn it over.
Thunder forced 12 turnovers in that matchup against North Park. Were able to score 20 points. Using those turnovers, they're going to rely on a little bit of defense, but obviously it is the offense that propels this team. I expect a lot of scoring as both teams great offensively, struggle a little bit defensively.
Yeah, Wheaton won that game 94-85, led by as many as 28 points as Soren Richardson scoop shot spins out.
Yeah, they got outscored 50-37 in that second half. We're lucky they jumped out to such a big lead.
North Park cut it to as little as 5, but the Vikings' struggles continue, just getting way too behind. That was their 3rd consecutive game where they just trailed by as many as 20 and couldn't come back as Jake Williams misses a layup.
Yeah, it's going to be big. Not allow second chance opportunities. With those 32 rebounds they had in this first matchup, there were 10 offensive boards. The Thunder are going to look to limit that number.
Vanderwood, he's partially blocked. And Winga tries to get it back inside, but he cannot. That was Cam Atkinson who got the piece.
Yeah, Vanderwood still feeling it, of course, with those 24 points in that last contest.
Aldana on the mid-range, by the layup, and he's able to get it to go. Four points last time out against the Firebirds. He was 1 of 4 from downtown. Richardson, his shot won't go. Atkinson, he's guarded by Martin. Aldana, the three-pointer, buries it. This was a guy who had 19 points against North Central, a career high, along with 5 three-pointers made against the Cardinals back on January 14th, and a pivotal win. Vanderwood, and he's going to be fouled by Marici.
Yeah, the Vikings only attempted 6 three-pointers in that first matchup. They made 4 of them. They were efficient. Aldana getting hot early.
Richardson, he'll shoot and he'll score. 26.6 rebounds, 4 assists on 62% true shooting for Soren Richardson. Just named CCIW Student Athlete of the Week for the 3rd time this season. Atkinson, 3 is out of bounds.
Yeah, not to mention Richardson with his 21.4 points per game leads the CCIW. Of course, it helps when you're also second in minutes played per game. He rarely ever sits out.
Richardson with a much-needed bounce-back game after only scoring 9 points against Illinois Wesleyan 2 Saturdays ago. Ten on the shot clock for Devin Martin. Atkinson is glued to him. Richardson dumps it off. It's Kyan Vanderwood, 2 to shoot, puts up the layup, and it's no good.
I'm actually surprised the way this game started out. Neither team has really been able to get going offensively. The defense has been stout.
Andre Claver spins out. Augustana, a team that's averaging about 79 points per game, 3rd in the CCIW. Wheaton at 82, 2nd. Richardson for 3, boom goes the dynamite.
They're going to lean heavily on Richardson.
Richardson, does he have the steal? And it will stay with Augustana as he was fighting with Andre Claver. For Augustana in that game against Carthage, not really that much of a contest, although if you look at it statistically, it seemed like both teams were playing well, but Augustana trailed that game by as many as 21 points. Claver, and he's going to be fouled by Carson Greer.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the Vikings attacking Greer. They would not mind having him get that foul count up.
Andre Claver, a three-sport athlete in high school, playing football, basketball, and track and field. Last year, he was at Maryville, a Division II school, only played about 9 games and averaged 5 points per game. And then he transferred to Augustana last season, but he did not play because of injury. And specifically, he transferred in the spring semester, so that's why he's technically still labeled as a freshman.
And looking at him at 6'2", 200, you can see why he was a three-sport athlete. A strong build.
Claver misses the second free throw, but Coach Delp called him a difference maker, and he's extremely glad to have Claver on this team, the leading scorer for the Augie Vikings, averaging 13.8 points per game. Vanderwood, he'll try, he'll miss. He gets it right back, and he'll grease the cylinder.
Yeah, Vanderwood needs to get going too. He did have those 24 points last time. They've really let him get the ball down low, and he just hasn't been able to find the basket until that last possession.
Romero the layup, and he's able to bang it in.
What a great take from Romero on that one. It was wide open.
Did not score against the Carthage Firebirds the last time out. Soren Richardson, he'll bang it in himself. And we got a quick timeout taken by Coach Delp. The Thunder are up 11-10. And let's first start off with the Wheaton Thunder. Coach Auer, 17th season with Wheaton. 404 total wins if you include his time at Eastern, Gordon, and Wheaton College. One of 28 active Division III men's basketball head coaches with 410 or more wins. This is a coach that has won the CCIW Coach of the Year back in the 2022-23 season, the last time Wheaton went to the NCAA tournament. The last 2 years for Wheaton, obviously not really that good, given that they finished in last place in the CCIW for the first time in program history in back-to-back seasons. Nonetheless, this Wheaton team, a lot better at 11-6. There's a lot of optimism that this Wheaton team could potentially make some noise if they make the CCIW tournament.
Yeah, not only that, the fact that this is still a young team. They've got a lot of hope for not just this season, but the future of the program that they've built. You know, the way they turned around those last seasons. Impressive to see what he's done with this team this year and the way that they're starting to put things together.
Coach Auer has taken his Wheaton team to the NCAA tournament 7 times. His best appearance coming in 2019 when they lost to UW Oshkosh in the Final Four. That was when they had Aston Francis. It was the fadeaway by Marion Anderson.
Yeah, the first time out, Anderson 18 points, 8 rebounds. A key player in their 84-81 victory.
Vanderwood, 3 bounces out, and it tips to Reed Olsen. Richardson from the top of the key refuses to go in.
Still like the fight Greer showing on the boards.
Anderson with back-to-back field goals. Richardson for 3. Spins out. Augustana shooting 6 of 9 from the field at 67%. Wheaton 5 of 13, 39%. As Claver was contacted hard, there's no foul. Shot clock does not reset. Andre's 3 misses. Vanderwood ensuing possession, and he's fouled.
I love the way that Vanderwood, he's been shooting not his best to start this game, takes it right into him. Gets himself to the free throw line. Of course, free throws played a big story in that first matchup. The Thunder only shot 67%, whereas the Vikings were able to get the line 33 times to convert 78%.
And going back to Kyan Vanderwood, you mentioned it, 24 points against North Park. And then the game before that, Illinois Wesleyan, 30 points. So coming off of back-to-back elite performances, the sophomore out of Caledonia, Michigan has been playing pretty well.
Yeah, that was his season high in that loss. Definitely nice to see the way that he steps up even in those big games.
Kyan Vanderwood averaging 15.4 points per game. He's shooting 58% on true shooting this season. 5 games scoring 20 or more points is Kyan Vanderwood. As in his final 9 games in his freshman year, averaged 17 points, 9 rebounds, had 5 double-doubles in that span. Anderson, offensive foul.
Great defense there from Vanderwood, not giving up the ground. Yeah, and you see that sort of hook and hold type maneuver. You see that a lot with rebounding. You see it there as unable to get around Vanderwood.
An Augustana team that had 13 turnovers the last time out against Carthage. A team that's averaging the second fewest turnovers in the CCIW at 12, and then taking away the ball the second most at 15. Carbonaro's in the game. Picked up by Ethan Andre. 8 on the shot clock for Olsen. Vanderwood finds his spot. Not enough sauce. Claver off the screen from Marici. Ray Marici on the pick and roll, able to bang it in.
Yeah, this is when the Vikings need to take advantage. The Thunder lead the CCIW in field goal percentage at 49%, and they're shooting 35 at the moment. This is when they need to press and get their lead. Obviously, the Thunder will heat up at some point.
Carbonaro for 3. Bounces out. Claver, and they're going to get the foul. I think they're going to call it against Luca Carbonaro.
Yeah, they almost could have gotten a travel there. It was going to be a travel or a foul.
Romero to inbound it. Willems almost turns it over for Augie. Romero, the spin move, 8 on the shot clock, and he's fouled by Reed Olsen.
Yeah, the Vikings are really taking it straight to this Thunder defense. That one seemed a little light. Nonetheless, foul trouble, something the Thunder do not want to find themselves in.
Marici, 8 on the shot clock. Aldana for 3. In and out. And got a loose ball foul on Ray Marici.
Yeah, when you're fighting hard for that rebound, we said it before the broadcast, it's going to be a fight for every single board. And I do think whoever leads that stat just might win the game.
Both teams not particularly known for the rebounds. As Wheaton turns it over, quick 3 by Cam Atkinson. Takes advantage of the miscue.
Yeah, big miscue there. Atkinson, quick pull-up 3.
As he fouls Devin Martin, Atkinson, 11 points on 46% true shooting the last time he played Wheaton. Back on December 3rd. Leading scorer for Wheaton, Soren Richardson with 7 points. He's shooting 3 of 7 from the field. Meanwhile, Eli Aldana has 5. Greer surges forward, and he'll grease the cylinder. Romero picked off and taken away by Carson Greer, and another layup for him.
Greer working really hard on both sides of the ball. A big 4 points there quickly.
Willems, he'll shoot the mid-ranger, and it spins out.
If the Thunder defense can force shots like that, they'll be happy. They can't allow this Vikings team to keep driving right into them.
Under 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Second time these two teams are meeting. As where are they going to roll it? It looks like Wheaton is going to retain possession.
You don't typically see Soren on the wrong page of one of his teammates. Right there, him and Greer couldn't connect. Lucky to still get the ball.
Richardson, 5 on the shot clock, harassed. Nebbs, 2 to shoot. Kyle Nebbs. And what's the ruling? Looks like Kyle Nebbs stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, not much room over there, especially between the bench, three-point line, shot clock ticking down. Nebbs unable to get anything off.
Anderson almost poked away by Kyle Nebbs. Willems off the screen from Atkinson. Jake Willems refuses to go in. Richardson, he'll take the three-pointer. As Soren Richardson, he'll get the steal. Dump off, Carson Greer, and he'll shiver it in.
That's what you're used to seeing them on the same page right there. Quick miss from Richardson, able to gather it off the turnover. Good assist.
8 points now for Carson Greer. Willems, the triple, nothing but net.
And Coach Schauer doubled over after he saw that one go in. I think he'd like to see his defense close a little bit quicker on these shooters.
It ends a 6-0 run in favor of Wheaton as Marion Anderson is called for the foul. Richardson, inside, mouths out.
That was a good cut.
Roden has his pocket picked by Richardson. Martin on the fast break. Devin Martin with a layup, and he's fouled.
That's a couple times these Vikings players have dribbled right into the hands of a Thunder defender. No hesitation there from Martin, straight to the rack.
Devin Martin this season averaging 9.1 points per game, 5 assists, second in the CCIW in assists, and 39th in all Division III. Player last year who led the CCIW in assists and about 4 per game. But someone who's gotten more and more comfortable entering his sophomore year, knowing what the expectation is as he misses the second free throw. He's shooting 65% from the line is Devin Martin this season. Roden outside, that was Caden Workman for 3, and it's in and out. Martin flips it to Vanderwood, and he's fouled by Workman.
What a find there for Martin. Look at that one, quickly. He had his eyes up the entire way. One arm hucked it right in stride. I think Vanderwood, a little frustrated, thought he maybe could have converted that for the N1.
Vanderwood misses the second free throw as Dom Roden flies for the rebound. Then Jerzak, and somehow Dom Roden is the one who ends up with the ball. Roden gets Richardson in the air, and he'll get an N1 opportunity.
So smart there from Roden. He had 25 points in that first matchup, led the team. Look at the way, so smart. He stops. Once you get the defender in the air, that is a green light to go straight up.
Yeah, Dom Roden against Wheaton, 82% on true shooting. He was 9 of 10 from the free throw line in that win against Wheaton back in Rock Island. Sophomore of East Moline, Illinois, averaging about 7.7 points per game. He's guarding Reed Olson right now. Under 7 minutes to go. Defense in rotation. Here's Carbonaro trying to take advantage of it. Luca Carbonaro, and he's able to score.
Little shimmy there to the rack. Such a great take. I feel like every player is playing really confident right now with the basketball.
Carbonaro playing in his 6th game. He did start the season. That was almost a travel, and he'll actually stay with Augustana on this end.
Seems like someone greased up this basketball. It's been getting out of everyone's hands.
And it looked like Ben Jerzak was trying to pass the ball to somebody and then rethought his decision. But this game completely different from the first game in the sense that Augustana led it by as many as 18, and they were the team that jumped out in front early. Roden into paint, fouled, and another N1 opportunity.
Claver there, just too strong. He's going to find himself on the line often with those takes.
Claver with 22 points against North Park, 10 of 10 from the free throw line. In fact, in that game against North Park, Augustana was 40 of 48 from the free throw line, the second most free throw makes, and only one shy of their record when they had 41 free throws made against North Central back in 1995. Winga harassed. Brady Winga refuses to go in.
There were 36 fouls called the first time they played. It's been another quick whistle. Granted, both teams playing really physical.
Claver shoots it. Andre Claver bounces out. Carson Greer from the dunker's corner, and he's got himself another field goal. 10 points for him.
He seems to be making all the right cuts, and everyone seems to be finding him. He's a hard guy to lose, but he's found a way to get open.
Jerzak misses the three badly. Vanderwood slithers, and he's got the layup himself. $15 on the shot clock for Augustana. 11 of 21 from the field at 52%, and another offensive foul
Looks like free throws are going to be really important. If teams are going to be fouling like this, you might see a lot of players at the line.
Well, Wheaton is already in the bonus. Martin to the rack. Too strong. Vanderwood scoops in the O board. Augustana, meanwhile, is one foul away from entering the bonus. Greer, 10 on the shot clock. Martin finds Vanderwood, 2 to shoot. Kyan Vanderwood shot away, and it'll miss. Ivanovic, the freshman, first time appearing in any sort of NCAA game, got the rebound. Out of Montenegro, and it looks like we got ourselves another foul.
I think Coach Showers starting to get a little frustrated. We have 4.5 minutes left, and we've seen 16 fouls.
So they'll call it against Kyan Vanderwood. Danny Romero is headed to the charity stripe. Senior out of Spain, who last year played in 26 games, started in 22, averaged about 3 points, a rebound, and 2 assists. So only shooting 35% from the free throw line is Romero. Second free throw's no good. Six on the shot clock. Vanderwood twirling, and he lost the ball.
Yeah, for an offense that usually finds a lot of ways to score, they seem to be a little bit off with each other. It seems like they're putting the ball on the ground really quickly off each catch, and minus the Greer cuts down low, they haven't really been able to find much rhythm.
Claver trying to get down low. Bouncing off of Kyan Vanderwood, he'll miss it, but Romero has the offensive rebound. Romero guarded by Martin. Romero blasts his way. No. Vanderwood almost throws that one away. And regardless, we got ourselves an offensive foul against Wheaton. I think they got Carson Greer on the call.
Yeah, just lost the handles at the last second. That could have been dangerous. That was a hospital ball.
Both teams are in the bonus for the final 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Atkinson takes the three-pointer, and he missed it really badly. Vanderwood fires a three-pointer off the mark. As Jake Willems, looks like he threw it off of Brady Wing, I believe.
Yeah, you can see on that possession when you had to look at the baseline, and Vanderwood just couldn't find him in time and had to kick it back out, settle for a three with a defender in the face, and it's been a lot of that. It's just been 1 second too slow. Granted, neither team really have seemed to get themselves in that big of a rhythm. That's why it's 29-27.
Yeah, Wheaton is 1 out of their last 4 in terms of field goals. Augustana 1 out of their last 6, scoreless in the last minute 34. Ethan Andre for 3, he'll miss it. But a foul gets Augie. They'll call against Danny Romero. Kyle Neves will head to the free throw line, shooting only his 10th and his 11th attempts from the line. Senior out of Fort Mills, South Carolina, averaging about 6.2 points per game, I mean, last year he averaged about 11 points. Don't let the stats fool you because Kyle Neves, still a good player. This is when you got to look beyond the stats because you know he's a special guy.
Yeah, Neves went 3 of 6 from the three-point line with his 14 points the first time they played. Hasn't attempted one yet. I guess he had that one in front of the bench that he was barely able to get off.
Williams was fouled by Brady Winya.
Yeah, the Vikings making the right decisions right now. If you know you're going to get a quick whistle, you might as well keep forcing the ball down low. Get yourself to the free throw line. As a team, they shoot third best in the conference. Thunder, on the other hand, 7th. Granted, that's only a difference of about 2%, 72% to 70% shooting from the free throw line, but obviously every extra point matters because the Thunder only lost by 3 points that first time.
Yeah, despite trailing that game by as many as 18 points, they actually led by 1 point, I think, with under 2 minutes to go, but then Augustana was able to pull away, and then they also made some clutch free throws, and Wheaton couldn't gather in the defensive rebound, so Augustana kept the possession alive. Neves for 3. Green lights the triple.
Oh, it's about time, isn't it? Get him in the corner. He said he hadn't really been able to get one off. Don't let him get hot.
Off the Spain pick and roll does Augie. Danny Romero with a reverse layup, bangs it in. For Kyle Neves, if we can go back to him, scoreless in his last 2 games and also 3 out of his last 4. Someone who's also not received as much playing time per se, but someone that you know that he can heat up at any time. He's one of your best 3-point snipers and one of your only 2 seniors on this team alongside Noah Hedrick.
Yeah, it's so tough when you have a team as deep as the Thunder do, because you really can't go to anyone on that bench. Really all about game plan and who do you think is going to execute.
And they're going to get the foul on Dom Roden as he was battling with Devin Martin.
There's a cylinder foul there. Thought 36 fouls was a lot the first time they played. Seems inevitable that they're going to surpass that.
Yeah, 19 fouls by both teams combined. But with that last one, we're now at 20. Martin's second free throw, it misses. So Wheaton going empty from the charity stripe. Martin did struggle a little bit from the free throw line against North Park as he was 1 for 5. Same look for Augie out of the Spain pick and roll, and Noah Hedrick gets the steal. Kyle Neves, and he's fouled.
Looked to be Martin picking his pocket down low. You know, he got a little tip on it. Hedrick was able to gather. Kyle Neves, I think another opportunity there that probably wishes he would have been able to convert. See what he can do from the free throw line.
So for those who are looking at the roster, it says that Kyle Neves is from Fort Mill, South Carolina, but he actually grew up in the Chicagoland area, went to Batavia High School from 2018 to 2020, and then he transferred to South Carolina for his junior and senior season at high school. The reason has to do with the fact that this was during the COVID-19 pandemic, wanted an opportunity to play sports, as well as his parents. They are within the finance industry, and so it just made sense to go over to South Carolina, but he was also recruited to play football here at Wheaton College, but more importantly, he could have gone to Elon, which is a Division I FCS program, so this is a multi-talented kid. It is Kyle Neves as Cam Atkinson drills a three-pointer.
That was a big shot right there. Obviously, this last minute of the first half, kind of what builds the momentum for the second.
6 points for Atkinson. Jake Willems, the leading scorer at 7. Carson Greer, the leading scorer for Wheaton at 10. Vanderwood, 10 on the shot clock. Carbonaro for three. Too much sauce.
They're going to get themselves a last look here.
Claver now from the Wheaton Thunder logo. Flat screen by Willems. Andre Claver able to bang it in. Vanderwood mishandles the ball as it went off of Andre Claver. The Augie Vikings looking for the sweep. For the first time since the 2018-19 season, pocket a 4-point lead headed into halftime. Tyler, thoughts on the first half?
Well, a stat you'd love to see is the fact that it's 18 rebounds to 18 rebounds. That's all about fight and grit. A stat you can't always control for. Field goal percentage, the Thunder obviously only shooting 40%. It's about 10 percentage points below their season average as a team. That's a stat that's going to vary game to game. And Coach Shower's just going to trust that his team can figure that out. As long as they keep playing hard, getting those rebounds. They've limited the Vikings to one offensive rebound. On the other side, the Vikings doing everything right in terms of keeping the pace their way. The times they've tried to speed it up, they've gotten themselves in trouble with a couple of those turnovers. But when they can get down low and draw fouls, that's when they've been effective.
Augustana finishing the first half on a 5-0 run in the last minute 15. Will bring you the start of the second half after these messages and a word from the CCIW network.
Every corner of Wheaton College holds a story of growth. The Wheaton Fund is at the heart of these stories, transforming lives for Christ and His kingdom. The Wheaton Fund is more than just financial support. It is the financial lifeblood of Wheaton College, empowering every aspect of our mission.
Your contributions to the Wheaton Fund ensure that the students, faculty, and staff have the resources they need to thrive and make an impact for Christ. Your contributions assist in supporting spiritual formation through chapel and small groups, providing financial aid through need-based and academic scholarships, enriching faculty with competitive salaries and development opportunities, enhancing career development through the Center for Vocation and Career, equipping athletics with essential resources, strengthening campus ministries with training, support staff, and mission opportunities, improving facilities to create a better learning environment, and enhancing academic services to support every student's education. By supporting the Wheaton Fund, you help shape the future of Wheaton College and its students. Join us in empowering the next generation of Wheaties to build the church and benefit society.
One of the things that drew me to Wheaton was how much the students, staff, and faculty support each other in music and as people. And that's not something that I see as much at the collegiate level, and I think that has to speak volumes for how strong faith is here in the college and the community of students and faculty and staff all working together to communicate and support each other, and that was one of the things that drew me here, was seeing that environment. Being music, there's such a high standard, and I feel like a lot of times we strive for this idea of perfection and performance, which puts so almost an unachievable expectation on ourselves. And it's really the beauty in the imperfections, or the beauty in what makes us human, that can make the music really special, which is why, you know, we don't have robots playing the French horn, we have people playing the French horn. And I found that environment very naturally here at Wheaton. Already existing was this community of people who love and support each other and lift each other up. And that's what I really, really like about teaching here and working with the students at Wheaton. When I first came to rehearsal and I heard all of the hard work the students were putting in to make music, I was honestly impressed and kind of shocked. I think it is a smaller community, but the playing level and the expectation levels are very high here, which is fantastic for these musicians, for their growth. and they get to perform in an ensemble that is professional quality with faculty as mentors who are really working with them to grow and to meet the expectations and demands of the music that they're working on. The repertoire the college chooses for the ensembles is what we play in professional ensembles, and I think that's a really great experience for them and invaluable in preparing them for life outside of college. I will be performing Mozart's Third Horn Concerto for horn in E flat major, and I will be performing on a historic instrument, which is this one right here. And this instrument actually has a couple different names. It's called the natural horn, the classical horn, and sometimes called the hand horn. During the classical era, this instrument does not have valves because valves were not yet invented. So during Mozart's time, all of the music that was written for horn is written using the harmonic series of the instruments, which is all of the available notes on the open instrument. So as you can imagine, it's not a full chromatic scalar, not even scalar, really. So partway through the 1700s, there's a man named Anton Joseph Hampel, who is credited with inventing, or rather developing, the hand horn or hand stopping technique, which is where instead of using our valves on our left hand like normally we would on our modern instruments, we use our right hand in the bell in different positions to change the pitch of the horn. So we can get a full scalar or a full chromatic scale on the horn.
This isn't a traditional college orientation. It's a rite of passage. You're entering a new season of life where the terrain is unfamiliar, the path uncharted, the friendships not yet formed.
You ready?
It's a time to explore, to learn new skills, to build connections, embrace uncertainty, navigate challenges, and discover your limits. But never alone, because together you'll walk alongside Him.
All right, you ready?
This is so much more than a college orientation. You're becoming a new person in a new season, one of adventure, transition, and Christ-centered community. So consider this your invitation to Wheaton Passage.
You ready?
You're ready.
When I came to Wheaton, I felt welcome. I felt the students loved one another. This was a place where I can really see myself growing. It just felt like home.
Wheaton will make you aware of how important community is.
I couldn't feel alone because people were just always around me, encouraging me.
When people are connected with others, you can't help but be joyful.
Wheaton will help you grow in your relationship with Jesus.
I get to learn things through the lens of my faith.
Wheaton will surprise you.
Wheaton students are really focused on excellence, all framed within the view of service.
To be here where it's okay to ask the hard questions, I think has kept me walking with the Lord.
We're called to be servant leaders as Christians just because anything that we gain on this earth is not our personal gain. It's all because of Jesus.
Wheaton matters because we will produce students who are more like Jesus than when they first came into college.
There's so many essential pieces of what it means to be human encapsulated here at Wheaton.
What makes Wheaton home, for me at least, is really just the people.
The people I met here made Wheaton home.
It actually feels like home.
It just felt like home.
Wheaton will feel like home.
Wheaton will change your life. Get comfortable. This place is amazing.
Welcome back to the start of the second half here from King Arena. The Augustana Vikings have a 38-34 lead. Despite that, still plenty of highlights on the Wheaton side. Soren Richardson, I said it before, the leading scorer in the CCIW, averaging about 21.4 points per game. Off to a tremendous start, that three-pointer.
Something they're going to want to keep getting going is those three-point balls. They haven't been able to get them to fall so much today.
Yeah, Wheaton about 2 of 9, shooting the three, and here was Soren Richardson on another layup.
Yeah, the backdoor cuts have been kind of the efficiency of the offense.
And then meanwhile for Carson Greer, he was coming off that double-double last time, his third double-double of the season, gets the steal.
Carson Greer's had himself a night tonight. I think they're going to need to keep relying on him, and he's got to stay out of foul trouble if he can.
10 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal for Carson Greer. As off that steal, here is Carson Greer once again.
It was a good find from Richardson. I'm surprised we've seen him. He's played less than 12 minutes in that first half.
And then sort of a newcomer, guy who didn't really play that much, Luca Carbonaro, with a really nice layup.
Yeah, that was a great move. I think the Thunder need more of that downhill offense.
And it's only fitting that we finished with Kyan Vanderwood. 2 excellent games and a solid performance tonight.
Yeah, he's got himself 7 points and 6 rebounds. He does not have a double-double yet this season. He just needs 3 points, 4 boards, and he can get himself that one.
Last year he had 5 double-doubles. It would be his 6th career double-double. Since Wheaton is trailing by 4, what do they have to do to get back into this ball game?
Well, you never want to say shoot better, but I think they don't need to be afraid to take more threes. They got to work the ball quickly. I think the decision-making has been just a slight bit slow. If they can speed that up and work that ball around, I think they can get themselves some more looks, and the team that shoots the best from the three-point line in the CCIW can get going.
As we said before, Augustana got the win the first time these two teams played on December 3rd of last year. They're looking for the sweep for the first time since the 2018-2019 season. Would also be the first time since that point that they had swept Wheaton in back-to-back seasons. And this matchup's also crucial in the sense that Wheaton, they're in 3rd place. Augustana's in 5th place because the Thunder are technically a game ahead. If Augustana sweeps Wheaton, they'll have the head-to-head tiebreaker, which is crucial in the CCIW standings.
Yeah, and the Vikings led by 8 points at the break. The first time they played, only 4. This time, obviously, the Thunder outplayed them in that second half.
Wheaton shot 12 of 30 from the field at 40%. Kyan Vanderwood crawls his way forward for a layup.
Yeah, and if the offense is going to start flowing, it's going to start with Kyan Vanderwood. If he can find more efficiency down low.
Morici now to Willems for 3, buries it.
Confident looking stroke there. Greer looked to stumble, and they're gonna knock that one down.
Jake Willems last year only played in 4 games, and now he's playing in 19. 7 points, 3 rebounds in the first half. Vanderwood thought about the 3, now he'll take it. And he leaves it short. Willems, instead it's picked off by Carson Greer. Otherwise, that would have been a really nice pass. Back to Kyan Vanderwood. He's got the layup.
Yeah, that could have gone wrong at a lot of different points. Good gather.
Kyan Vanderwood 2 games ago, 30 points against Illinois Wesleyan on 83% true shooting, a career high. There's Cam Atkinson on the 45 cut.
You know, I was always so surprised you see these giant basketball players out here, how they can sneak their way back door so easily.
Vanderwood shot contested and it misses. Willems on the ensuing possession. Floater Romero, and he can't get it to go. Augustana 14 of 28 from the field in the first half at 50%. Both teams buried a combined 6 3-pointers in half number 1. And that one picked off by Atkinson. He was trying to go for Vanderwood, was Richardson. Atkinson stripped though by Soren Richardson, but they're going to stay. It stays with Augustana.
Yeah, it was good recovery there from Richardson. Nebbs coming back in. I always like to see Richardson and Nebbs on the floor at the same time, because you have to respect Soren's ability to drive down low, and I think that gives more looks for Kyle Nebbs, and the catch and shoot 3 is where he thrives.
Off the zoom action. Here's Danny Romero, picked up from the top of the key by Soren Richardson. Morici trying to work against Brady Winger. Morici twirls around, spins out, gets his own offensive rebound. And Brady Winger gets the D-board. Nebbs for 3, and I think he stepped out of bounds.
That was a good look. That's why they want him out there for those sorts of plays. He's had some trouble navigating the sideline, unfortunately, tonight.
Kyle Nebbs, 23 points against Augustana last season on January 15th, which was a career high. Willems, guarded by Greer. Under 17 minutes to go in the second half. Willems, the layup, refuses to go in. It looks like Andre Claver has the offensive rebound. Romero blasting his way, bangs it home.
Yeah, that's something they did so well to limit in the first half. Only gave up 1 offensive rebound. That's now 2 just to start this second half.
The whistle, and I think they're going to get Augie on a foul. Referee's very ticky-tacky in terms of call. There's Carson Greer. I must say, Coach Schauer draws up some excellent out-of-bounds plays.
Yeah, especially for Carson Greer. And how could you not with the 6'8" freshman? A lot of opportunities.
We talked a little bit about Coach Schauer. Let's swing it over to Coach Delp. A little bit different. Only his 3rd season with the Augustana Vikings. He graduated from Augustana in 2009. First job was an investment analyst for about a couple of years, from 2009 to 2014. He was a founder/manager of Cut Above Basketball, which is a player development league. He's been running it since 2014. Fast forward all the way to 2021, he was hired by Augustana as an assistant, and then he becomes an interim Augustana head coach in December of 2023 to replace Coach Jesse, and then he got the tag removed in the 2024-25 season. Still young Augustana squad, but last year this was a team that went 17-10, 9-7 in the CCIW. They defeated Elmhurst in the CCIW tournament quarterfinals, and then gave Illinois Wesleyan a run for their money in the semifinals. And once again, Augustana 10-8, 5-4. They defeated 2 top 10 teams, being UW La Crosse and Calvin. So even though they're quote-unquote mediocre, this is a good team.
Yeah, and it seems like that's the story for a lot of these teams in the CCIW, is you look at the records, and sometimes you think you don't know where they fall, and you look at their matchups and the way they play, and we see why it's so tough to get yourself a win any given night. You even look at the way Illinois Wesleyan has to come in. They have to play tough every single night. The Thunder put up a fight against them. It just seems like really any one of these teams can beat anyone else.
Well, speaking of Illinois Wesleyan, they currently trail 45-37 against Carthage. That is a huge matchup because Illinois Wesleyan is the best team. Carthage is the second best team as of now, as Carson Greer fights for the rebound and will go to Wheaton. A lot of collision on that. Surprised there was no foul called on either team.
Yeah, would like to see Greer be stronger on the ball there. He's got to really want those rebounds. It's going to be a dogfight for every board.
As we said, Wheaton coming into this game 3rd place in the CCIW. Martin, somehow, some way, is all alone for the layup.
That backdoor cut has just been the MO for the offense tonight. Honestly, for both teams have found a little bit success.
First field goal for Devin Martin in this game. Anderson guarded by Hedrick. Claver off the Anderson screen. Claver, hook shot won't go. Martin, instant possession, has the layup.
Really starting to transition well now. They're moving the ball quickly, forcing some tough shots.
Augustana, the lead is cut down to 1 in their favor, though. 45-44. Atkinson for 3. Cam Atkinson sprays the triple in. Got a timeout taken, 48-44. The Vikings, they're up by 4. And let's go around the rest of the CCIW real quick. Currently, the North Park Vikings, they lead the Carroll Pioneers 52-50 with 15:07 left to go in the second half. Milliken and North Central are tied at 40 apiece up in Naperville. And then, as we said, between Illinois Wesleyan and Carthage, the Firebirds have a 48-39 lead. And so, if Wheaton wins this game, and I guess we can include Augustana as well, whoever wins this game, and if Carthage can potentially hang on against Illinois Wesleyan, all of a sudden that top spot might be up for grabs.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight all the way down the season. I think it's going to come down to who plays well down the stretch. Both teams, every team really seems to be playing their best basketball. And it always seems that these conference matchups late in the season are tough, and anyone can win. You see the upsets more at the end. Also seems like the Vikings have found a big 3 every single time they need it. Augustana does well for themselves. We mentioned the Thunder lead the CCIW at 38%. Right behind them are the Vikings at 36%. And tonight from the three-point line, 46%, 46% for the Vikings, 20% only for the Thunder.
And then nationally speaking, Wheaton is the sixth best three-point shooting offense. Augustana, 34th in all Division III. Richardson for three. Spins out. Fast break. On the ensuing possession, Keaton Workman and one.
Yeah, what great vision from both sides. Just darting down the court. Another great long pass.
Workman misses the free throw. Nonetheless, Augustana has gotten huge contributions from Caden Workman and Andre Claver, two technically freshmen. As for Workman, he was a state runner-up in basketball in high school. He was inspired by Luka Garza, who currently plays for the Boston Celtics, as Kyan Vanderwood and Noah Hedrick were not on the same page. It's only the seventh turnover for Wheaton. Augie has turned it over 8 times. Vikings led by as many as 7. Nonetheless, it's still been tight. Anderson in and out. Ball on the ground, and looks like Workman has it. Six on the shot clock. Andre Claver. As Augustana was not on the same page, they were trying to dump it off to Dom Roden.
Yeah, just got to be strong on the boards. Doesn't matter if you're going up with a teammate. We might have seen Greer and Vanderwood going for the same board. Doesn't matter who it is, it's just got to be your ball when you come back down to the floor.
Martin in the corner, and it will stay with Wheaton. As Dom Roden deflected it out of bounds. Augustana right now on a mini 5-0 run in the last minute, 46. Meanwhile, Wheaton, 3 out of their last 4 field goals have been made, but they're 1 out of their last 10 in terms of three-pointers. While Augie has hit 3 out of their last 4 threes.
You talk about the way Coach Shower's able to drop inbounds plays. Clearly wanted the ball in that spot.
And Andre Claver got a piece of that one, almost the steal.
Although I do not think that was the play he drew up.
Now that ball was all the way back near Augustana. By the way, there is 7 seconds on the shot clock, so Wheaton has to act with some urgency. Olsen. And Vander would just say, "Oh, put up the shot." Doesn't touch the rim, so a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Olsen just never able to get his feet. Stumbling all the way to the free throw line. He did have 17 points last time these two teams met.
Give credit to Dom Roden right there defensively for Augie. Claver. They try to go back to Caden Workman. And now here's Kyan Vanderwood. Fouled on the way up. As Wheaton wants a goaltend along with it. And they will give it. It's a goaltending, so that means an and one opportunity for Kyan Vanderwood.
Yeah, let's see this one. Another good play in transition. Kyan Vanderwood full force. And oh yeah, just in time there. Hit the backboard just before Marici was able to get a hand on that one, and nobody was fighting harder for that basket to count than Coach Shower. He had both hands up in the air, waving them, getting the ref's attention.
And last year that probably would have not counted, but this year the rules and the referees have been emphasizing the continuous motion, letting players finish their layups. As Kyan Vanderwood completes a 3-point play. 14 points for him alongside 7 rebounds. Augie, the lead is still theirs. They're up by 3. Roden fading away. Dom Roden pounces out.
There's his 8th.
Vanderwood whirls inside. He's got the layup and the bucket.
Yeah, Vanderwood just imposing his will now twice.
Augustana scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds as Kyan Vanderwood fouls Dom Roden.
Certainly the whistle's been a little bit quieter here in this second half. Only the 4th foul.
After there were 21 fouls in the first half. Romero to trigger it. Screen set, the 3 ball, it misses. Vanderwood ends up with it. Vanderwood, and he was blocked by Marici.
Yeah, Marici was not going to let him do that for a 3rd time. It was all over Vanderwood.
What's the call now? I think regardless, Wheaton's going to do this all over again.
I think it was Atkinson with an off-ball foul. Maybe Willems.
Martin feeds away. In and out, and finally in.
Yeah, that was more out than in there for a second. What a way to give the Thunder a big lead here in the second.
Wheaton with the lead for the first time since leading at 34-33 with 1:15 left to go in the first half. They're on a 7-0 run. Cam Atkinson for 3, sprays out.
The way they've been shooting in these moments, I thought for sure that one was going to fall.
Leading scorer is Cam Atkinson for the Augie Vikings, and another foul. I think they're going to this time call Cam Atkinson.
I spoke too soon. Couple fouls called here now.
Nobody really in foul trouble per se, except Soren Richardson. He's at 3 fouls. He's the only person from either team with 3. Martin, 8 on the shot clock. Finds Carson Greer. The dunker's corner layup is no good. Juggled around, and we got a foul against Carson Greer as he fouled Cam Atkinson.
Yeah, that's the risk you take when you dive for that ball. Love to see the fight there, though, from Greer.
Atkinson, shake and bake, pulls up from mid-range and buries it.
Wouldn't be denied that time. Couldn't hit the 3. Good little shimmy there.
Cam Atkinson, a double-digit scorer per night, averaging close to 13 points. He's the only Augie player who has started in every single game. Under 10 minutes to go between the Wheaton Thunder and the Augie Vikings as Augustana looks for the sweep. For the first time since the 2018-2019 season, sweeping them back-to-back as Kyan Vanderwood draws the foul.
Seems to be when in doubt, let Vanderwood take it straight to the hoop. I think we're going to be saying big free throws down the stretch.
And Tyler, you have to think at the end of the season, Soren Richardson's probably a shoo-in to be a unanimous first-team All-CCIW back-to-back years. But Kyan Vanderwood has to be up there in terms of getting his first postseason nod. He's been really good for Wheaton, especially, as we said, in the last 2 games.
And he does it all. You know, he didn't shoot great in the first half, and he still was able to fight, get himself open when he could, get himself to the free throw line. He's creative, his way to score. Plays defensively. He's got 9 rebounds tonight. An all-around good fighter.
Alongside 18 points, looking for his 6th career double-double as Andre Claver just muscles hard for the layup.
Yeah, this is the gritty offense you want to see from both teams, who can impose their will.
Eight on the shot clock. Richardson, mid-range jumper. Springs out. Looks like a silly foul. Brady Winga making contact with Daniel Romero.
Yeah, those are the ones you don't want. You mentioned Richardson, nearly a shoo-in. Another accolade of his many. Granted, surprising. You know, we've only seen him 19 minutes tonight. I wonder if that was the original game plan from Coach Schauer, or that's just kind of the way it's unfolded.
Wonder if those 3 fouls have had to play a factor regarding Soren. Otherwise, he'd probably be playing a lot more. Romero to the rack, and he's fouled by Martin.
Yeah, look how cleared out that Thunder defense is. It was one-on-one all the way.
So Romero coming from abroad, specifically from Spain. 4 points, 2 rebounds the first time he played Wheaton. Does have a double-double, which came last season, 10 points and 10 rebounds against North Park. Second free throw is no good for Romero. Augustana shooting 7 of 11 from the free throw line. Wheaton 11 of 15. It looks like Andre Claver gets the steal. Here he comes on a fast break before being stripped by Reed Olson, but did he step out of bounds? I think they said that he did.
Well, he did a great job to make up for his mistake. Although I do think on the offensive side of the floor, can't afford those turnovers, especially when you're just trying to set up the offense.
Claver wide open on the mid-range jumper, too strong. Vanderwood, he's wide open, but he's blocked by Willems, and there's a foul.
Another time just wide open. Yeah, Willems maybe a little fingertip on that one. Greer now with some foul trouble. He's got 4.
And he will sub out because of it. 55-53. Augustana, they have a 2-point lead over Wheaton. Claver blasts his way, bangs it home.
Yeah, Claver smart to go straight at Hedrick, who just subbed in for Greer.
10 points now for Andre Claver, one of 3 Augustana Vikings in double figures alongside Cam Atkinson and Jake Willems. Here's a 3-ball, and that one's in and out for Kyle Neves. Claver again, torpedoes, Layup won't go. But Marucci gets the rebound. Cam Atkinson wide open for three. In and out. Marucci again. But it's picked off by Soren Richardson. Nabs for three. Leaves it short.
Yeah, Neb's very frustrated with himself. He got 2 looks those last 2 possessions. It's usually ones he hits.
And for Wheaton, kind of struggling from downtown. They're 1 out of their last 12 in terms of three-pointers, 2 of 13 in this entire game at 15%.
Yeah, it's just not been a great shooting day. Although they've found ways to keep themselves in this one, even though they haven't been able to shoot well. And I think that's what they need to stick with, relying on Vanderwood and Richardson. I'd like to see Richardson be a little bit more aggressive here and start taking on defenders as well. We've seen Vanderwood do it. Richardson certainly can as well. And I won't be surprised if we do see that here with almost 7.5 minutes left.
Mentioned this against the North Park Vikings, but recently the Bevo Francis Top 100 Watch List just came out. This award is very similar to the Jostens Trophy in the sense that it's given to the best basketball player, but what makes the Bevo Francis Award different is the fact that it's given to the best basketball player regardless of division from a small college. There are 4 players from the CCIW who made the top 100. Ryan Johnson of Carthage, Noah Cleveland, Illinois Wesleyan, Colton Van Lanningham, and Micah Vukovic of North Park, respectively. I'm not sure about you, but a little bit surprised. There are certain players from the CCIW who were not included on that list.
Yeah, well, when you hear that even Bill Belichick's not a first ballot Hall of Famer in the NFL, you really get confused on how these lists and accolades are awarded. Certainly a lot of deserving players on this Thunder team. Of course, any one of them would tell you they don't care about accolades or awards. They like winning basketball games.
Augustana 8 of 21 from the field in the second half at about 38%. Wheaton's 8 of 18 at 44. Off the screen from Marucci. Andre Cleaver misses the layup. Here comes Devin Martin. Martin, he'll try and he'll miss.
That was well defended by Roden, tracking back.
Marucci near the dunker's corner. Picked up by Hedrick, fades away, got blocked by Noah Hedrick. Nine on the shot clock for Luca Carbonaro. Finds Soren Richardson on the 45 count, he'll bang it in.
Yeah, and that's what they need more of. Him getting to the hoop. Great cut, great finish.
Wheaton previously scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds before that field goal by Soren Richardson. Flavor slices, and he's blocked. Luca Carbonaro got the rejection. As we got another foul. For a moment, I thought it was on Soren Richardson, because that would have been his 4th foul, but they actually called against Andre Claver.
Yeah, I think Richardson maybe, I don't know if he was wanting more on that foul. He seemed to take a little bit of an exception to it. Nonetheless, another empty possession for the Vikings.
Vikings have had the lead for the majority of this ball game as we have another foul. As as Wheaton has officially entered the bonus. That's why Devin Martin is about to shoot free throws. 2 of 4 from the free throw line is Martin. 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists so far are his stats. And this is the 1-and-1. Noah Hedrick skies for the rebound, though. Richardson fades away for 2 and drills it. Tie ball game at 57.
Yeah, who else are you going to trust under 6 minutes in a 2-point game? Credit to Noah Hedrick. He came in for Greer with those fouls. They started picking on him, driving on him. He got that block. Big fight for that board.
And there's Noah Hedrick. Just as you speak, he gets the steal.
He's showing some serious fight.
Hedrick for 3. Leaves it short.
That would have blown the roof off of this place.
For Soren Richardson, one of 3 Wheaton players in double figures alongside Kyan Vanderwood, who's the leading scorer and has a double-double, 18 points and 10 rebounds. First double-double of the season and his 6th of his career. Carson Greer, the other player in double figures who's looking to check back in. He's at 12 points. Cam Atkinson for 3. Unable to go.
Yeah, Vanderwood really hoping his first double-double of the season comes alongside a win.
Ten on the shot clock. Soren Richardson. Guarded by Marion Anderson. Richardson fades back for 2. Unable to go. Kleber slices through and bangs it in. Augie back on top, 59-57 with 4:04 to go. Tyler, strategy for both teams.
Well, that last possession, if it was anyone else but Richardson, I think Coach Schauer would have been a little bit more frustrated with that take. Granted, he's the guy to do it. You're going to rely on that, but you're going to want better looks than that down the stretch. They're going to look to dribble drive. I think the game has to be won or lost on the free throw line. You've got to go downhill. Clearly, we've seen the refs are not afraid to call a foul. Get yourself to the free throw line, then you got to convert. And I certainly think whoever starts making their free throws is going to end up on top.
As we said before, Wheaton currently in 3rd place in the CCIW. And as it stands right now, the Carthage Firebirds have a 10-point lead over Illinois Wesleyan. They lead 66-56 with 3:54 left to go. If Wheaton somehow came back and won this game, Illinois Wesleyan, Carthage, and Wheaton are all tied in terms of the number of losses that they have, all with 3. Illinois Wesleyan and Carthage would technically be tied together, but Wheaton is about a half game behind at that point.
Yeah, would you have it any other way with a 1-possession game under 4?
Richardson, he'll bang it in. Knot up at 59 all. For Augustana, if they win and Carthage beats Illinois Wesleyan, they'll be in 3rd place in the CCIW as Danny Romero hits on the reverse layup.
Special player right there, what a take. A big moment, the reverse.
Romero now with 10 points in this ball game. Richardson spins out, gets his own rebound. He'll try again and puts it back in. We're tied at 61 with 3:12 left to go.
It's been a little Richardson run. Of course, it was only a matter of time before he started getting down low. I was really surprised that they didn't get to that sooner. But better late than never. Soren Richardson pulling his team back into this one. Defensively, though, they have to find a way to get a stop. It's been both sides are taking it straight to the hoop. Need some help defense. I know Greer's got his 4 fouls, but he can't be afraid to step in. He's got so much size out there on the floor.
Soren Richardson currently on the night, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Meanwhile, as we said before, Kyan Vanderwood is the leading scorer at 18 points and 10 rebounds, his 6th career double-double. And then on the Augie side, Cam Atkinson with 13 points. He's the leading scorer for Augustana. Behind him are Andre Claver with 12 and Daniel Romero with 10, alongside with Jake Willems, who also has 10. For Augustana, after this, they'll go back to Rock Island to take on Elmhurst on February 4th. And then they're on the road yet again against Carroll on February 7th. Meanwhile, for Reed, this is the final of 3 home games. They'll have 2 consecutive road games after this. They'll take on Carroll on January 31st, and then at 12th ranked Illinois Wesleyan on February 4th before returning home to take on North Central on February 7th. Romero, and they're going to say he turned it over.
Just might be one of those who has the ball last. Can't afford to give away every possession. Precious now.
Vanderwood, 9 on the shot clock. Romero has him. 5 to shoot. Richardson, it's in his hands. Richardson, 2 to shoot. Lost the ball. Taken away by Andre Claver. Fast break, and Richardson pokes it and throws it off of Claver. What a play.
Man, it's been a lot of players make a mistake and then are right back in the play. Don't get down on it. That was an athletic play. Soren Richardson. Almost a big mistake, and then makes a huge play. Great save.
And something that Coach Schauer has stressed is Soren Richardson's defense. It has improved tremendously here in his junior year. Richardson near the dunker's corner, guarded by Jake Williams, backs up for 2.
On an absolute heater, that's the last 10 points for the Thunder. He's got 17 tonight, and that's 10 on the last possessions that the Thunder have had down the floor.
Backdoor cut. Dom Roden outside of Willems, wide open for 3. Can't hit. Roden kicking it back to go. Vanderwood bangs it in.
Great transition ball from the Thunder. Vanderwood snapping Soren's run. No one's complaining about that.
Claver, he'll try, and he's blocked by Richardson. Carson Greer into a possession, and he's denied by Jake Willems. The Thunder lead by 4. They're on a 6-0 run in the last 2 minutes.
Almost lucky he was denied. I don't think there was any reason to go up that quickly.
Dipping nearly under a minute. Martin. Now it's Richardson. He's fouled by Dom Roden.
And it's going to be free throws. We said that from the get-go.
So Soren Richardson is headed to the free throw line. 84%. Fifth in the CCIW in free throw percentage. He also makes the 6th most free throws entering tonight. Junior out of Northfield, Minnesota converts on both. The Thunder have a 6-point lead.
Yeah, Richardson shot 82 free throws this season, and he's only missed 13 coming into this one.
8-0 run in favor of the Thunder. Claver, and they're going to get a foul on Kyan Vanderwood. Both teams officially in the bonus with that.
Yeah, that a foul you don't want to afford. Allows him to score with the clock stopped.
Andre Claver, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. A 1-and-1 for Andre Claver, a 73% free throw shooter. Second one's also good. And Tyler, if you're Augustana, when do you consider foul? Do you foul right here or do you let them play?
I think you can play one more possession defensively. If you get a stop, you got to start quick, otherwise you're going to start fouling.
Roden, as well as Andre Claver, were trying to set up a trap. Greer back out to Hedrick. 12 on the shot clock for Soren Richardson. There's the foul by Andre Claver.
Yeah, Coach Delp definitely frustrated there. If you're going to foul, you might as well do it at the beginning of the shot clock. Don't wait till it gets down to 10.
Richardson misses the first. It's a 1-and-1. We got a foul against Wheaton.
Just looked like a fight for that board. The Vikings did have better positioning.
The foul is official against Devin Martin. Jake Willems to the free throw line. 73% from the charity stripe this season.
Yeah, and you can pick any one of these players for free throws.
Augustana 73% from the line as a team. They also attempt the most free throws at 22 free throws per game, which was kind of inflated by the North Park game when they had 48 free throw attempts. They convert on 40 of those. Willems' second free throw is good. 2-point game, 31.7 seconds to go. What's the strategy for both teams?
Well, for the Thunder, you have to get the ball somehow into Richardson's hands. I know he missed that last free throw, but he comes into the season, or he comes into this game as the highest free throw shooter. So it's got to be him. Vanderwood shoots at 75%. One of those guys probably has to find the ball, and it's going to be a quick foul. You have to be ready for that. And then for the Vikings, you have to take advantage and be smart. Be calculating with each drive. If you get a free throw miss, you don't have to worry about three, or even if you're down 4. Quick twos. I always think extending the game as long as possible is helpful. Don't take the 3 until you absolutely need it, because you don't want to get yourself out of this game. You want to make the Thunder panic, and I think that's what we're going to see the Vikings do.
In terms of foul trouble, Carson Greer, who is currently in the game, he's in foul trouble with 4. And then for Augie, Dom Roden has 4 fouls. Wheaton with 3 timeouts left to go. Augie with 2. Both teams are in the bonus. Although Wheaton is 1 foul away from entering the double bonus, which would mean 2 free throws nonetheless instead of shooting a 1-and-1.
I think everyone in King Arena. I think everyone in King Arena knows who's the key man trying to get the ball. So does Roden, as he's already been guarding Richardson tightly.
Martin to trigger. They will get into Soren Richardson, back to Martin. They're able to avoid the trap. Vanderwood across the timeline. When does Augie consider fouling? They're not doing it right now, and they'll finally do it with Danny Romero. So Kyan Vanderwood will be sent to the charity stripe.
Yeah, Coach Delp is yelling foul, foul. Still don't understand though, once they cross the timeline especially, you might as well foul instantly, every second precious. But if there's going to be a guy other than Richardson you want on the floor, it's Vanderwood shooting 75%.
Kyan Vanderwood, what a night. Back-to-back if you include tonight, and he's at 21 points. As we said, career high 30 points against Illinois Wesleyan, and then has 24 against North Park. He's also 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Some huge free throws made by Kyan Vanderwood. 21.7 seconds left to go. If you're Augustana, do you go for a 2? Do you go for a 3? Just go for the high percentage look. What are you talking if you're Coach Delp?
I'm driving straight to the hoop and going for a 2, especially if Carson Greer's down there. He might be afraid to foul. And if you're the Thunder, if they drive, I think if they get that close, you have to foul, and you got to foul hard enough that the ball does not go in. But also, you don't want to obviously give up a flagrant or technical or anything like that. But once they're down low, you got to contest, and you cannot give up an and-one. If you're going to foul, you might as well make sure the ball does not go in the hoop. But I think that's going to be the key, is just getting straight downhill and trying to score as quickly as you can. Hope that the Thunder miss a free throw or 2 as they go to the line.
As we said at the top of the broadcast, Augustana defeated Wheaton back on December 3rd of last year, 84-81. They're trying to get the tiebreaker, which would be a head-to-head sweep, which would be monumental in terms of the CCIW stands. But if Wheaton can win, they'll split with Augie, and then it'll come down to the next couple of tiebreakers. But more importantly, Wheaton wants to pick up their 6th win in CCIW play. And as of right now, the Firebirds have a 15-point lead over Illinois Wesleyan. And so that would snap Illinois Wesleyan's really long winning streak. And then all 3 teams, Illinois Wesleyan, Carthage, and Wheaton, would all be at 3 losses.
Yeah, big moments here.
Aldana will drive to the rack, blocked by Hedrick. Ball still loose, Carson Greer has it. Up to Devin Martin, they don't foul yet away. Richardson, they will finally foul.
Another big block from Hedrick on that possession, and Vanderwood seems to be down and grimacing.
Just hope Kyle Vanderwood is okay. Again, an outstanding night. 22 points and 10 rebounds, 6th career double-double.
Yeah, valiant effort from Vanderwood. A great night.
Timeout taken, 10.2 seconds left to go. Regardless if Richardson makes the free throw or not, it's going to be a 2-possession game nonetheless. If you're Wheaton, do you consider just fouling Augustana right away, preventing them from taking a 3-pointer?
I think that you got to trust that you're going to make a free throw if you get fouled again. I'd give up any shot and just don't foul. You saw in that last possession, Hedrick was not going to let that ball go in, just as we said. If he fouled, he fouled. He was able to get that clean. If you make, you can get up by 6 points, you give up whatever shot's there. Trust that when you get the inbound, one of your players is able to at least convert 1 from the line and keep this a 2-possession game after that. No need to foul. That's the worst possible thing you can do here as a Thunder player.
Free throw's good, 71-65. It's a 6-point game. Claver, with 5 on the shot clock. Quick 3 by Willems, too strong. And it'll stay with Augustana, albeit 0.6 seconds on the shot clock. Wheaton is going to hang on and win. That one's picked up by Luca Carbonaro. Final from King Arena, 71-65. Wheaton improves to 12-6, 6-3 in the CCIW. Augustana 10-9, 5-5 in conference play. Before we get interview, Tyler, any quick thoughts on this game?
A great fight. I'm going to be interested to hear what Coach Schauer says about the way his team was able to out-rebound this Augustana team. I'm sure he's going to be really proud of that performance and the way that they were able to lean on different methods of scoring when they did not shoot the ball particularly well, especially that being Soren Richardson down the stretch. Noah Hedrick, of course.
Soren Richardson and Kyle Vanderwood both with 20 points. And here comes Coach Schauer. Wheaton's next game is against Carroll.
team was able to rebound in the fight they had. They out-rebounded this Augustana team tonight.
Yeah, here's what I would like to say. Basically this season, we've either played really well and had chances to win, or we played really poorly and got drilled. Handful of times, even at Hope, we played great and lost. We didn't play great at Augie. Tonight, we did not have our fastball, right? We just struggled. And, Soren missed a bunch of shots early that he normally makes. So here's the big thing for a young team. If you're going to be good, you've got to win games when you don't have your fastball. And so just proud of our guys to stay in it. And we had so many moments where we could have sort of gone, just not our night. So in terms of growth for our team, tonight is big because we won on a night we didn't play great offensively and did just enough defensively. Really proud of my team.
Yeah, it was a great win here at King Arena. Knots things up atop the CCIW. Thanks for joining us here in King Arena. I'm Tyler Collison, joined by my partner, Aiden Kang.